Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Bolo Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Manama Giridvaradari Gopi Jana Manama Giridvaradari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Brajana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Brajana Jamuna Tira Vonatari Jamuna Tira Vonatari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Bonachari Jamuna Tira Bonachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Manama Giridvaradari Gopi Jana Manama Giridvaradari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Brajana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vonachari Jamuna Tira Vonachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balama Giridvaradari Gopi Jana Balama Giridvaradari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Gold Premalati, Jaya Vishnu Pad, Paramahamsa Paribhakacharya Storatara Satya Shri Srimad. Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jaya Vishnu Pad, Paramahamsa Paribhakacharya Storatara Satya Shri Srimad. Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Shakaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhakta Vrindaki Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giva Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Mathura Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shri Radha Govinda Shri Radha Govinda Ki Jai Lord Jagannath Baladev Ki Jai. All glories to the seven devotees. All glories to the seven devotees. All glories to the seven devotees. And Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. First, I want to thank the devotees for what's the word in Bengali? I'm forever grateful for the hospitality given me since I've been here. I really appreciate it. This is my first time coming back to Calcutta. I think it was last time I was here was I think 97. Of course, I used to live here during Prabhupada's time when none of this was like this. In fact, it was a much smaller place. But I promised Prabhupada that I would come back to India and preach because he really liked me preaching here. I knew I was going to come back, but I didn't know when. And I knew somewhat what I was going to do, but not fully. So by his grace and the inspiration, he gave me a whole program to do from now to my demise. And so Bengal is a special part of me, special part in my heart, because Of course, my spiritual master is from here. And he told me I was a Bengali in my previous life. So, this verse is from the 11th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Labdva Sudulabam Idam Bahu Sambhavante Manusham Artadam Anityam Apiha Dira Turanam Yateta Na Patit Anu Mrityu Yavan Nishreyasaya Vishaya Kalu Sarvata Syat Lapta Suralbam Idam Bahu Sambhavante Manusham Artadam Anityam Apihadira Tinam Yateta Na Patir Anu Mrityu Yavan Nishreyasya Vishaya Kalu Sarvata Syat. Somebody else want to read? Chulamamidam Bahu Sambhavante Tunam Yit Tunam Yateta Na Patir Anu Mrityu Yavan Nishreyasya Vishaya Kalo Sarvata Syat. Ladva Sudulabam Idam Bahu Sabhavante Visham Ajidam Anityam Apiha Dira Nishreyasya Visha Kalu Sarvatasyat Ladva Sadulabam Idam Bahu Sabhavante Manusyam Artadam Anityam Apihadira Tunam Yateta Na Patir Anu Mrityu Yavan Srijayasya Vishaya Kalu Sarvata Syat. I'll just read the translation because I don't have the word for word translation. The human form of life is obtained after many, many births. And although it is not permanent, it can offer the highest benefits. Therefore, a sober and intelligent man should immediately try to fulfill his mission and attain the highest profit in life before another death occurs. He should avoid sense gratification which is available in all circumstances. You can repeat. This human form of life is attained after many, many births. And although it is not permanent, it can offer the highest benefits. Therefore, a sober and intelligent man should immediately try to fulfill his mission and attain the highest profit in life before another death occurs. Sometimes the translations are different. So that's what this is, different translation than what I have. Anyway, he should avoid sense gratification which is available in all circumstances. Now I'm going to speak about the whole purpose of me coming to India. Actually, been in India since last year. And this is a book. Anyone who has taken birth as a human being in India, Bharat Bhumi. So the information contained in this book, Prabhupada is speaking to every one of you directly, and to every person who has taken birth in Bharat Bhumi. What happened was, some years ago, me and some God brothers, we would get together every year, every summer, and we studied Prabhupada's the Shastras every year. And we do this for 20 years. One year, the subject matter was about human beings taking birth in Bharat Bhumi. So me living in India during Prabhupada's time, I was really fascinated by that subject matter. So being a musician, you know, when songwriters, they write songs. Generally, the title of the song is the subject matter in which the song's about. So I use that same format. And it's just over and over, because many times when people write books, they may go off on another subject, and they may come back within the book. But I didn't do that. Srila Prabhupada is very kind to this planet and all their acharyas. He's the embodiment of all the acharyas. And so this subject matter was so fascinating to me that I just couldn't believe how fortunate the people who take birth here are. But let me say my prayers before I continue. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jana Jana Salakaya Tukshul Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manum Bustam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Bhatakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagratatam Sahagana Raghunath Vatam Tam Sachivam Sarvaitam Savahutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Kopisha Kopika Kanta Radha Kamta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishubhanustade Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpa Turupyas Cha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavebyo Namo Namaha Sri Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Avatari Chaitanya Kaila Dharma Pracharana, Kale Kale Dharma, Krishna Nama Sankirtana, Kala Dosha Nidye Rajan, Asti Eko, Mahan Guna, Kirtana Deva Krishna Syao, Mukta Sangha Parambrajit, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gati Anyata. In this age of Kali, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended to preach the religion of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the chanting of the holy names of the Lord is a religious principle for this age. And although in this age of Kali Yuga, it is truly an ocean of faults, still, there is one great advantage, and simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one becomes fully purified and liberated from all material miseries. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. So this book, Bhada to Bhumi to Holya Manusha Jama Jada, Jama Sataka Kari, Karapada Upakara. Prabhupada explains that just by birthright, just taking birth here as a human being, 50%, you've already done 50%. Just by taking birth and do nothing else. Just by taking birth. So that means all you have to do is the other 50. But most people don't know that. They don't know how fortunate they are. They have no clue. That's why I put so many years in researching this particular subject matter, because it's beyond understanding that how fortunate people who take birth as a human being in India. Just taking birth as a human, it's not a cheap thing. It's not an ordinary thing. And then second, you put in the work. Agata Sukriti. It's Agata Sukriti means that you put in the work in order for you to take birth as a human being. But most people don't know that. They don't know how fortunate they are. And then third, there's no guarantee that you'll get a human form of life again. So in this book, Prabhupada's giving you so much information of how fortunate you are and what you should be doing, because even though that fortune is there, there's also a responsibility that goes along with that. And that responsibility is like what Lord Chaitanya says, he says that Janma Sataka Kari. Understand this information that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given. And then Pada Upakara. Give it to others. That's what the human form of life is meant for. He gives so many clues of how fortunate you are and what one needs to do. For example, he says, this should be India's mission. India hasn't got to learn from anywhere else. You hear that? He hasn't got to go to USA, Europe, anywhere. Everything is contained right here in this country. India's the Guru factory. Anyone here or anywhere in India can put on a dhoti, a kurta, tilak, go to any place in the West, go to a park. They immediately will think, oh, this person he's from India. He has some knowledge. Because they know that this is the place. This is the place for gaining some spiritual understanding, spiritual knowledge. But again, take this birth and now use it for what it's meant for. It's a travesty. And you already got 50% already just by birthright. All you need is the other 50. Because most people, if they have know their destiny by their actions, if it was put out in front of them, they would change. There's no doubt, because nobody wants to be in a disadvantaged position. No one. But this human form of life is very valuable. And even the demigods, which is also in here, the demigods themselves understand the travesty that they've done by going to the heavenly planets. But it's very difficult to perform spiritual activity in the heavenly planets. Very, very difficult because of the level of material activity, material enjoyment. But taking birth here in Bharat Bhumi, it's incredible how fortunate you are. And it's also equally incredible how no one's taking advantage of it. And they only have a clue. You know, and even our devotees also, this information is good for them, because then you also need to do more for yourself as well as others. The airports should be packed every day, people leaving to go and give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. Every day it should be packed. You know, there's a statement by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'll read to you. I'd rather read it. He said, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the land of Bharatvarsha, specifically in Bengal, in the district of Nadia, where Navadvip is situated. It is therefore to be concluded, as stated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that within this universe, this earth is the best planet. Just think about that. How many planets are in this universe? No one can give you a number. It's unlimited numbers. Unlimited numbers. But this, he's saying, is the best planet in this universe. And how many universes are there? It's unlimited. So many. It's like going to a beach and just getting one grain of that shore. It's mind-boggling. And then he says, on this planet, the land of Bharatvarsha is the best. And then in the land of Bharatvarsha, Bengal is still better. And then just look at all you Bengalis who got a direct order from the Lord himself, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bharata Bhumite Hoya Manusha Jamajada Jamasatakakari Karapada Upakara. Direct. And then in Bengal, the district of Nadia is still better. Because it's Navadvip. And in Navadvip, in the district, even more so, Sri Mayapur, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Sri Mayapur. So of all the places in Bharatvarsha, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Bengal's number one. Y'all number one. You hear that? Y'all number one. You can tell everybody that now you know that you're number one. But that responsibility goes with that. Don't come back. 50% you have. Do the other 50%. But Prabhupada said the other 50% is not cultivated because of the influence of Kali Yuga. But Lord Chaitanya made it easier and made it much better for us because they've given the Harinam Sankirtan and the Maha Mantra. But yeah, see, I've always remember Prabhupada when he told us to go and preach this message. And I'll tell you a story. This was during when one of Prabhupada's, one of my godbrothers, he gave sannyas to. It was Haridas Thakur's bhajan place where he would go to take rest and chant. It's called Haridaspur. It's right on the border between West Bengal and Bangladesh, East Bengal. It's right on the border. Anyway, this was he was a Saivite. His name was Prabhu Sarup. And he wanted to donate Haridaspur to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada accepted it, and so he wanted to go to Haridaspur and do the cornerstone laying ceremony because they want to build a temple there since he was donating it. So a few devotees, we went, a few devotees and Prabhupada, and it was it was in 76, I think it was, 76. So it was a few of us, and at that time, there wasn't that many brahmacharis there, so it was just a few of us, some sannyasis and Prabhupada. So when they was doing the ceremony, started doing the ceremony, and Prabhupada was chanting, and one godbrother was leading the kirtan. So I was playing the mridanga, Prabhupada liked me play the mridanga. So immediately when the Prabhu chanted Ramo, Prabhupada stopped him. And everybody knew why Prabhupada stopped him from chanting. Because Krishna's name is not Ramo. His name is Rama. He explained, we don't make mantras up. We don't invent mantras. Now in kirtan, melody, unlimited. There's no limit to melody. But we don't make up mantras. Just like if you have your name, you would want your name to be pronounced at least correctly. And if a child pronounces it, we can understand a child because they're young and they grow up. But Prabhupada is very emphatic about not chanting the mantras correctly, especially the Maha Mantra. And then during that time, all the Vaishnava Sanghas were strict because there was a heavy influence of Sahaja tendencies and people making up mantras in different groups. So we don't want to go that route. I know that I hear it. I hear this tendency when I travel around all over the world when it comes to us chanting. We don't want to chant like that. We want to chant Krishna. And you listen to any of Prabhupada's kirtans, you never hear him say Ramo. You never say him. We want to keep in line with the acharyas. And second, Prabhupada is taught that when it comes to mantras, the acharyas gave us so many lifetimes worth of mantras to chant. But the Yuga Dharma is the most powerful anyway, just the Maha Mantra. And I like this statement when Prabhupada says that, see, India hasn't got to learn from anywhere else. Everything is there. I remember when he gave a lecture in 1966. It was at the University of Berkeley in California, 1966. And it was one young Indian student who raised his hand, and he told Prabhupada, he asked him, but Swamiji, what is this Krishna consciousness movement, what will it do? He said, we have come here for technology. We require technology. And this was in 66. So Prabhupada replied, yes, you are after technology. So you are a beggar. I am not a beggar. I have come to give something. That is the difference. I have come to give something here, some culture, and you have come to imitate the Western civilization by technology. That is the difference. You remain a beggar, I shall remain a giver. That is the difference. And then he said, before me, many swamis and so-called sannyasis came to the West. They even lost their original dress. And everyone knows I have never changed my dress. Rather, I have given the dress to the foreigners, and they have taken it, which is true. And down in Sri Rangam, where I'm based in Sri Rangam, that's the place of the Sri Sampradaya. At least down there, they still wear dhotis and kurta down there, you know. In Mumbai, everybody wears the jeans that got holes in them. Everywhere. Jeans and hold on, there's a generation, I'm quite sure there's a generation of youngsters who've never worn a dhoti or kurta. But that's what Prabhupada said, you're adopting the Western culture. And then he says that, so this culture is meant for the human society, not India. See, the thing is that I've learned from Prabhupada is his presentation. His presentation when he came to West was inclusive, which means that it's non-sectarian. He never used the word Hindu. We're not Hindus. He never used the word. He always said Sanatan Dharma, which meant that it's for everybody. It's all-inclusive. It's for everyone, for all human beings. And he also said that it's unfortunately the culture developed in the land of Bharatvarsha. He said, unfortunately, the people are so much bewildered that they're giving it up. He said, but I shall go to America, and some of the American boys and girls, they'll take it up, and accept it, and then I'll show these rascals how great this culture is. And he's done it. And everything is history. And then when he came to America, came back to India, it was called the Great White Elephants. When they came back to India, I mean, it was incredible that time. Of course, I wasn't around at that time. I came through the second wave. But Prabhupada shows how great this culture is. It's for the human society, it's for human beings. If you go to any university on this planet, go to the language school. This is a fact. We and friends have done the research for us. You can go to any university on this planet and go to the language school. You will not find any professor who would disagree. Sanskrit is the oldest language. They won't argue that point. Sanskrit is the oldest language. The Vedas was written in Sanskrit. The Vedas was meant for humans. It's not sectarian. Lord Chaitanya said, Bhadata Bhumite Hore Manusha Jama. He didn't say Bhadata Bhumite Christians, black, white, fat, skinny, tall, Muslim, Hindu, Jain. No. He said Manusha Janma. Manusha, which means what? Human. Anybody who considers themselves a human being, then this information is for you. And then you who took birth here, it's even more direct for you. I mean, I'm traveling all over this country, and I'm blown away every day because I'm seeing how fortunate these people are. But they don't know, have no idea how fortunate they are. And then those who may have a clue, they're not even taken to it. Because these things are, in our life, is what's called zeros. What's that verse? Tasyaiva to prayate to kovido. Na lopyate ya brahmatam mapadiyada. Ta lopyate dukavad and yatasukam. Kalena salvatakam biram rahasya. That means that any intelligent person who's taken this human form of life from the highest planet, Brahma Loka, down to the lowest, you don't have to endeavor, because whatever you're destined to get is going to come. I'm telling you, it's a fact. You are only destined a certain amount of chapatis that you're going to get this lifetime. No more. Because Prabhupada gave a nice analogy. Just like when you take a flight, you're going somewhere. Say you take a flight from here to Mumbai or Delhi. You got to go get your ticket, right? You got to get your luggage packed. You got to do all your things you got to do to settle up because you're taking a trip. So you got to do all those activities before you get on the flight. And then take the flight. But once you're on the plane, you can't get off. You have to wait till you land. Then you get another ticket to go where, if you made a mistake going somewhere. So in the same way, Prabhupada says, this body, you've created this body from the previous. And everything that's connected to it's coming, whether it's happiness or distress. Nobody goes to the pharmacy to get the latest sickness or disease. No. They go to get something to relieve them from the sickness. So the same way, we perform the activities to get this body, and everything that's connected to it is coming. My point I'm making is, you don't have to over-endeavor for all these zeros. The zeros is going to be there, what you are meant to get. What's important is the one. Because when we put that one in front of the zero, immediately it becomes 10. This human form of life is not a cheap thing. And for anybody who's taken birth and Bharat Bhumi, it's so fortunate. And I just implore you to please take advantage of this information and pada upakara, give it to others, because there's no guarantee next life you're going to get a human form if you don't take advantage of it. And then you have to go all the way over again through that vicious samsara cycle, birth, death, old age, and disease, and all the 8,400,000 different species of life. So being number one has a huge responsibility too. And even also in there, they're very big on taking care of the family. The family, their family duty, take care of their family, their dharma. Some believe that is the goal of life. Religiously, it's good. But what's that verse in the Bhagavatam? Guru na sajat, swajano na sajat, janani na sajat, pita na sajat. Mumluksha yudam, samapeta mityum. If you can't deliver your dependence from the cycle of birth and death, then don't do it. He said, throughout that verse says, nah. So many times saying, don't do it. You got to be able to relieve your dependence from the cycle of birth and death. And being born here is so easy to be able to do that. It's very easy in this country instead of any other place on this planet. That's why it's really no excuse, And I studied, I think it was almost 10 to 20 years of this subject matter based on what Prabhupada said and what the Acharya said and what's in the Shastra. And of course, I only scratched the surface, but it's every word. Every word is so profound to help one to see how fortunate they are and to step up their game and to help others. Prabhupada also says that, you have got exalted knowledge in India, but you have kept it packed, and you are going to beg from others. He says, take this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, assimilate it, make your life successful, and distribute it throughout the whole world. That I want. Then he says, there's another one, I love this quote. Any Indian, any man who has taken birth on the soil of Bharatvarsha, he has got special duty, and that duty is to spread Krishna consciousness. And we already read that of all the places in Bharatvarsha, Bengal is number one. So don't forget this. Take this information to your heart and spread it so that others can benefit from it. How much time do I have? Five? Any questions? Got 5 minutes left. Any questions? Comment? Wow, everybody agrees. Everyone agrees? Because Prabhupada Prabhupada said, when there's no questions or comments, that means everybody agree. Is that right? Everybody agree. So that means everybody gonna read the book too then, right? Huh? You have to assimilate this information because it's all Prabhupada, and it will help you to see how fortunate you are, and it will help you to help others to take advantage of this information because it's so needed. And people in India, they don't know how fortunate they are. They have no clue how fortunate they are taking birth here. And they don't even know that they also have put in the work. They put in the work. Anybody would want to know something that they've done for themselves that's beneficial. Anybody would want to know that. If you've done something for yourself that's beneficial but don't know it, of course anybody would want to know that. And that is the position people are in India as well as Bengal, especially here in Bengal. Because y'all number one. Any question? Any comment?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so very much. Just one question that as India is so fortunate, means whoever takes birth in India, you said they are so fortunate. But in current age, we see that most of the Indians, they are going completely materialistic endeavors and they are following Western countries. So why is that? Means we see that Western countries are actually more inclined towards spirituality compared to maybe Indians in current situation. So why is that?
Actually, I'll share something. You might have seen this before. There's a famous verse. His name was Lord Macaulay. Y'all probably heard this before, but he was a minister in the British Parliament during the 1800s. In 1835, on February 2nd, 1835, he said, this is a quote, "I have traveled across the length and breadth of India and have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage." Again, we said that spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture, for if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native self-culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. So there's your answer right there. Because they've given up the spiritual and cultural heritage. And you know, it's in their DNA for Indians to be spiritual. They imitate the West so badly. I mean, in all the facets, so bad. Even though here, They might think they're doing it well, but they're imitators so bad. But when it comes to the spiritual knowledge and culture, there's no comparison, second to none. Can't be compared. And Prabhupada also said because of the influence of Kali Yuga. That's another reason why. The influence, and they don't accept this spiritual and cultural heritage. They're not being taught this. No one's teaching it. They think it's old-fashioned. My grandparents, my great-grandparents did. Or they think they can wait and pick it up later. It doesn't work that way. See, truth don't have nothing to do with what we all think. It's nothing to do with that. It just is. We just have the option to accept or not accept. But the beauty of it doesn't change. Water's always been wet. It's wet today. It's wet yesterday. It was wet trillions of years ago. It's going to be wet tomorrow, and it's going to be wet again another trillion years from now. That has nothing to do with, well, Prabhu, or sir, that's your opinion, that's what you believe. No, it's a fact. The beauty of it, it doesn't change. So the truth will never change. This has always been this way. Sat Chit Ananda is the quality of the spirit soul. It's eternal, full of knowledge and blissful. This knowledge is already there within all of us. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Satya Kavanaya, Shravanada Shudititi Karadevadaya. It's nothing to get or gain from outside. It's already internally there already. But this process that the acharyas and Prabhupada has given us is the system to help to let it come out. And then you're born here. Again, I'm back to the same point. Y'all are so fortunate, man. It's very, very fortunate to taking birth here. And you also put in the work. Just finish the job. And help others finish the job who are here. You put in the work, finish the job. That's like you see in a race, and you go to the finish. You can see the finish line. You can see it, but you just lollygag and sit around and don't do nothing, and just, oh, I got some time. You don't have time. That's what I'm saying. Take advantage of this information. I'm going to tell you one more story, then I'm going to stop. This is a true story. We was doing life memberships. Remember the life member program? We were doing life member. And at that time, it was with Gargamuni. Gargamuni's party. And it was in Lucknow. And I never forgot this. It was in Lucknow, and it was super hot. Anyway, we went to one gentleman, and the common line was, you have to become a member now. Have to become a member. And then he would say, no, I would take, you come back tomorrow, I'll become a member tomorrow. Then Gargamuni would say, no, I don't see future good for you. You need to take advantage now. Sabashya Shagram, he would say. Sabashya Shagram. Take advantage now. Don't wait. No waiting. So he said, no, you come back tomorrow, I'll become a member tomorrow. He kept saying like that. We kept trying to get him to become a member. So anyway, we went back the next day, and then when the next day came, we saw all these people at their same office. We didn't know what was on. So when we got out to go up to the office, we found out the guy passed away. He died. And then they thought Gargamuni cursed him. But my point is, that's how life is that way. Tomorrow is not promised. We say it all the time, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Let's get together tomorrow. Who said tomorrow's coming? You don't know. You have no idea. That's why we have to take advantage of these things as they come immediately, because you don't know when tomorrow's going to promise. That's why I'm saying now, because I've already heard the stories. Has the book been translated in Bengali? It's coming, but it's not translated in Bengali yet. But this is 2024, right? Everybody knows somebody who knows English. So you get with somebody who speaks English, and y'all together read what Prabhupada is saying in this to help yourself. Don't waste time. You know, I got a few more days here. Of course, I'm going to come back, but don't pass the opportunity. Get this information and assimilate it and help others at the same time, because it's all meant for us to take advantage of. And again, y'all number one. I keep saying it, it's true. You're number one here. So on that note, I would like to thank you, and please continue with this process and pray to Prabhupada to continue helping your lives and to keep pushing forward. But take advantage of this information. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. And if anybody want to help me spread the word, Balaramachari got my number and email, and keep in touch with me. And also, I also have some copies of the book that y'all can get as well. But please help me spread this word, because this needs to be done in this country, and especially in Bengal. So I'm coming back. Even though I'm leaving on the 25th, I will be coming back. Thank you very much. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.